Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to be taking a look at the video that Patreon put up about the warning in October of 2021. Maybe they were a feature act. I mean, this is actually after many years of them being on Patreon. This is a boil down of their journey. The actual video name is Their Metallica Cover Went Viral. Here's How They Kept Rockin'. About 7 minutes long. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead before we take a look at this?
Well, that was a good title. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
All right, let's check it out, and then we will discuss afterwards.
Alrighty.
You have like 7 million views on the internet. This is incredible, right?
We didn't expect it at all.
When you get that just second of attention, that viral moment, it is so easy for it to just slip away.
Hey, we're The Warning. We're a three-sister rock band from Monterrey, Mexico. I'm Dani. I am the guitar player and the lead vocal.
I am Paulina, I am the drummer. I'm Alejandra, and I am the bass player of the band.
My parents have a very big love for music.
We used to spend our family time watching concerts, like Queen concerts, AC/DC concerts, Billy Joel, Elton John. We listened to classical music. We just loved enjoying music, you know? Our parents bought us the Rock Band video game. Dani and Pal loved playing. I was still too young. I couldn't really play.
You were like
I was
3.
I was 3 years old. But I really enjoyed watching them play and just rock out.
We actually got so inspired that those are the instruments that we play right now. You know, I chose the guitar, Pal went for the drums. Alice started playing the bass. That's how we started, you know, playing our favorite covers.
But I remember we did various ones. We did like Back in Black by AC/DC. We're not gonna take it. I think we just uploaded them to share them with people, like with our family or friends and stuff like that.
There's a lot of comments on the video. They couldn't believe that there were, first of all, kids our age who like that kind of music. Not only like that we're playing it.
We never really expected for all of this to happen.
YouTube recommended me their Enter Sandman cover. I saw they were very young, so it made me curious.
I was actually so blown away that I was inspired to actually look more into it.
It was just that intrigue factor of I want to see what they can do, and then obviously quite pleasantly surprised when it turns out actually yeah, they're pretty good.
We uploaded the video of Enter Sandman, I think it was 2014. And it didn't become viral until much later.
We had like this family trip planned with our grandparents. It was our first time on a cruise. Yeah, we had no Wi-Fi, right? No. So we came back to Mexico and like my dad's email was just going crazy. That's when like interviews started.
Sí, mucho. Nada más me dijo el maestro y yo, en el mismo género rock.
Yeah, it was a dream come true.
Eye of the tiger.
It would be awesome to like be on stage and say, I'm making a living out of this.
Please welcome Daniela, Paulina, and Alejandra.
One show reached out to us. That was one of the big important emails that we got, and we were just shocked.
This is incredible, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. We didn't expect it at all. Everything just kind of like
started happening. Yes, it was like a domino effect.
Yeah.
When you get that just second of attention, that viral moment, it is so easy for it to just slip away.
Once that Enter Sandman video went viral, we knew that we couldn't let it die.
Exactly.
Our life did a complete 180 and we adapted completely to that situation. We got out of school and just finished in homeschooling. We knew that our studies were very important, but we prioritized this band like above everything.
Constant work in ourselves, but when I say constant, I mean non-stop. Since we were little kids until now, it has been non-stop.
Tell me what I must do to atone for what I did to your soul. Tell me to step over fire. What is your desire? 'Cause it is done.
When the concern started was when we started releasing our original music, because people still asked us for covers, and we were really afraid that people would never stop seeing us as a cover band.
That step from covers to original music was a scary one.
first you see a cover and you think, oh, I'm sure they've covered some other songs I know, and then you start looking and you realise, oh, they've actually wrote their own songs as well, and as soon as you start listening to their original music, you know that there's something special about them.
I went to their YouTube channel and then I started going through every video that I hadn't seen.
People who found us through these covers started learning about our original music, and they liked it, and they just continued to support us. And over time, that small support started just growing and becoming bigger. I think that's how people stay. They see that growth and that change. I feel like they want to be a part of it and just like experience it along with us. Not only like were we working really hard to make our own music, we were also working really hard to connect with people.
The Warning treat their fans, I'd say, more like friends or family of their own. They genuinely want to get to know who we are as much as we want to get to know them and who they are.
Thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart.
Most bands that I like doesn't seem very accessible, but being a fan of The Warning and watching them performing feels like you're part of the show. The way they treat their fans makes us feel very unique and special.
They do have a real bond with their fans, and I think they don't see you as just a source of income or a way to get their Spotify numbers up. They actually care about you as a person. That is one of the key reasons why I think they have such a loyal fan base and a rapidly increasing fan base as well.
We really worked hard for us to be able to grab this attention and make something out of it.
Yeah.
Not just die out the second we did something else. The support we get is huge,
Immense.
it's insane,
Yeah.
and it just makes us feel so happy that we are doing what we're doing today. Oh no, the solo is coming up.
Are you shoeless?
I'm probably barefoot. Shoeless.
Your concentration base. Work that walk, girl.
Okay, so that was cool. It occurs to me, though, that we have never even watched their Join Our Patreon video properly. We may have actually seen it tacked on to something else we saw, but it seems like a good time to watch. It's only a minute long, so we're going to do that now, too, and then we'll make our comments.
Hello, we are The Warning. I'm Paulina.
I'm Daniela. I'm Alejandra.
And we have been on Patreon since March 2018, and it has been an incredible way to get closer to our fans and grow as a community. And thanks to these rewards that we have been able to do so many cool stuff, and we have even met most of our fans on the platform.
Yes, this has been like a life-changing experience for us, especially the monetary support that we receive from our fans through the rewards we offer in our Patreon page. Because of that, we have been able to go on tour, get new equipment, and basically grow as a band. It has helped a lot.
We have a lot of things to offer for our patrons, like handwritten lyrics, birthday videos, a monthly live chat where we get to answer all of your questions. We really love hanging out with you guys, and we're amazed on how you've become this awesome community, even though most of you are thousands of miles apart.
So we're super grateful for this platform and all of the experiences that we've had with our fans through it. So yes, come check out our Patreon page. We are gonna have so much fun. We
Yeah,
promise.
guys, come check it out, come join us, and we'll see you there. Woo!
All right. Well, okay, so we learned quite a few things there, and there's some things I want to touch on that were in the video. But Adrian, do you have any thoughts up front?
Oh, I'm just impressed by the way they relate with their fans, you know. Just the way they talk, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you're like a friend or family, as they said.
That was the case in October of 2021. And at that point, it had been up for 3.5 years. They'd had their page. And it had helped fund Queen of the Murder Scene. I know they probably also did a Kickstarter, but maybe it was just Patreon. I'm not sure. And of course, everything ever since up until they joined up with Lava. I don't know that they're as accessible as they were at that time, especially when it was during the pandemic, when they weren't touring, anything like that. I think that's their intention. And earlier, they had a smaller fan base, so it was easier to do that. Lately, it's tougher because there's so many demands on them now. Like, they're becoming a hot commodity. And I think it's just difficult for them to keep up the same level of back and forth with their fans. I mean, they do the meet and greets and all, but, you know, we don't have Danny Days anymore or Pow Days or those types of things where they would sit down. Those were mostly, they still happened after the pandemic, but they slowed down immensely, and now they're kind of rare. So not really a fault, but more just a result of their continuing to grow their fan base and have this success that they've been having ever since they started. I mean, it's been slow but steady. That's how they built their reputation. You know that you're going to get a good show from them and that they write good music. I've been able to ascertain that it was sometime in 2015 that the Enter Sandman video actually went viral for them. It actually dropped, I think, June, July of 2014, and then took a good 6, maybe even 9 months, depending. I noticed that some of those feature articles that came up in the Patreon video were dated in April, early April. They got onto the Ellen DeGeneres show a few weeks after the video had started to get featured. So perhaps it was the features about the video going viral that got them the invite onto Ellen DeGeneres, because that happened on April 24. All right, so by the time they did the Liceo show, they had already gone on to Ellen. Berkeley came sometime after that. So yeah, the page has been around since March of 2018. Did you notice we saw Matthew Frazier in there? He was the Matthew. He's the drummer that showed up as a guest in the cave on one fateful day in 2019. And we also saw Thomas Ilgen, who is the Spectre bass man, the guy that got Allie into Spectres and gave her, I think, a couple in the early days, like her very first one, that black one. This was put out the same moment that Mayday dropped as an EP. These are my takeaways from it. It would be so nice if they were able to have that same level of engagement with all the fans that attach to them now, but I understand. It's just, there comes a point where it's physically impossible to maintain that, I mean, you can still put out videos once in a while. They do put out after movies on a regular basis and things that are behind the scenes. They do put out Patreon content.
Just watching them enjoying, doing all kinds of music early on in their lives. And, their parents are so cool. I mean, family entertainment included watching AC/DC,
yeah.
Queen, Elton John, these.
I know.
All these other acts,
I know. That has never been lost on me. Not every parent would do that,
Yeah.
It's like dream parents, like in a way. Yeah.
They also enjoyed classical music as well. Their parents are cool for that, too, I think.
That's where music started for all three of them. It was required that the first thing they do is get on the piano and learn classical pieces for good reason. You pick up music theory, you pick up good practice skills, and develop your ear. All good things. And yeah, if they're listening to Elton John and Queen, I mean, that's not your standard rock and roll. There are things going on in there that are actually related to classical ideas. A lot of the things that Elton does for music are things you will find in classical music. He also has other stuff in there, but he's generally not a blues artist, for example. Same is true of Queen. Anytime you hear the bass going to thirds and fifths and things, then there are things to listen to and learn from and apply to your own music. And so they grew up in that environment. We are going to probably take a look at some of those other early pieces, and we have already. And my immediate plan is to start breaking out our morning content by year into playlists. So we'll have a playlist 2012 to 2014, and then 2015, depending on how much stuff is there, maybe we just give 2015 its own playlist. And then every year forward until we get to where we are today. Hoping that'll make it a little bit easier for people to go chronologically on their warning journey through our channel. Well, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? If you've seen it before, I know that there are a lot of Patreon fans who watch this channel. Let us know if you've seen that before. And if there's anything else you think is pertinent to sharing, by all means, leave it below for us, including any suggestions for future content. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will catch you on the next one. All right. Take care, folks.
See you all later.